Welcome to the Madison Miller Podcast. Today is Wednesday, October 13th, 2021. Today I'm going to recap last night's and yesterday's Major League Baseball playoff games. I'll recap yesterday's NHL opening night slate and look ahead to tonight's slate for hockey. College football, recap last night's game. NBA shooting guard rankings for the season. News and notes. Dancing with the Stars, Masked Singer, and my best bet of the day. We'll start with the Major League Baseball playoffs. 3 do-or-die games yesterday. And the Astros defeat the White Sox 10-1 to advance to their fifth straight ALCS, which is incredible. Yimi Garcia gets the win, Carlos Rodon the loss. And it's not only their fifth straight ALCS, it's their sixth one in 7 years, which is absolutely bonkers. As in 2016, the team missed the postseason. So the Astros move on to take on the Boston Red Sox in the 2018 ALCS rematch. Braves over the Brewers 5-4 in Game 4 as the Braves advance to their second consecutive NLCS. Getting the win was Tyler Matzik. The loss, Josh Hader. Will Smith gets his third save of the postseason. Freddie Freeman go-ahead homer off of Josh Hader, which was really, really impressive. And the Dodgers over the Giants 7-2 as the Dodgers forced a Game 5. Joe Kelly to win. Anthony DeSclafani the loss as the Dodgers did indeed go with Walker Buehler on short rest. So there's no games being played today. So it's an off day. And then Game 5, Giants-Dodgers, will be tomorrow night. Now I'm going to look at the NHL slate from last night and look ahead to the games tonight. The Penguins upset the Lightning 6-2. Without Sidney Crosby, Evgeny Malkin, and Jake Gensel. As the Pens start 1-0-0, Tampa 0-1-0. So Tampa has the classic hangover game. I should have known before recording the show yesterday. The last, decade or so, the home team in the opening game usually loses. I remember the Rangers went in and beat the Blackhawks. The team that wins the Stanley Cup has, the home hangover. The Blackhawks did. They lost to the Rangers. The Capitals took the Blackhawks to overtime in 2013, if I'm not mistaken. The Blackhawks went into LA and spanked the Kings after the Kings raised their 2012 Stanley Cup banner. So, a lot of instances where I've seen this happen. I should have known, but the Pens, to me, were just too short-handed to pull the trigger on. The number 3 star of the game with the goal, Dominic Simone. The number 2 star of the game with the goal, Danton Heinen. And the number 1 star of the game with an assist, Jeff Carter. Tristan Jarry had 26 saves on 28 shots. And Andrei Vasilevsky, probably one of the worst games I've seen him play. Although he wasn't that bad. 29 saves on 32 shots. I forgot that a lot of them were empty net goals. Now I look ahead to the slate for tonight. 5 games. 7 o'clock. On TNT, ESPN Plus, my bad, TNT 7:30. So 7 o'clock, the Canadians and the Maple Leafs, so the reigning Stanley Cup runner-up, starts on the road. Toronto's minus 178, Montreal's plus 150, over under 6, overs minus 115, unders minus 105. Montreal plus 1/2 is minus 166, Toronto minus 1/2 is plus 138. I am going to take the over. No Carey Price. I don't trust the Jack Campbell, so that's a smart play on my end. TNT 7:30, the Rangers and the Capitals. First TNT game of the season. Kenny Albert, Eddie Olczyk on the call, probably, you would think, for an Eastern Conference rivalry. Kenny Albert, obviously the radio voice of the Rangers, so you'd think TNT would give them a little bit of favoritism there, just like how ESPN always does with Mike Breen with the Knicks. The Capitals are minus 108. The Rangers are minus 108. So pick them. The Capitals are favored yesterday. Over under 6.5. Overs minus 104. Unders minus 118. Rangers plus 1.5 is minus 265. Caps minus 1.5 is 2 plus 215. The reason why this line went down is because Alex Ovechkin may not play in this game due to an injury. And I was considering Ovechkin or not, I'm actually going to take the Rangers. I wish I still got him at plus money. But I could just see them going out and impressing in Game 1 under Gerard Gallant. So I'm going to take the Rangers minus 108 in D.C. against the Capitals. I've seen the Rangers win some big games in Washington in the past. 10 o'clock, TNT, the Blackhawks, and the Avalanche. The Avs are minus 205. The Blackhawks plus 168 over under 6.5. Overs minus 106. Unders minus 114. Blackhawks plus 1.5 is minus 144. Colorado minus 1.5 is plus 120. I'm going to take the over in this game as well. I just think Colorado is going to put in a lot in the goal. Although I might come to regret this one because Marc-Andre Fleury is now the Blackhawks goalie and he's still good. But I remember Colorado not long ago lit Marc-Andre Fleury up in the playoffs. So I could see this being a 4-2 game. The last one's an empty net. So give me over 6.5 at minus 106. Canucks Oilers. The Oilers are minus 200. The Canucks are plus 168 over under 6.5. Overs minus 120. Unders minus 102. Vancouver plus 1.5 is minus 152. Edmonton minus 1.5 is plus 126. I'm going to go ballsy play here and take the Canucks plus 168. I think the Canucks are a team that wants to get off to a good start this season. They have their two franchise corner pieces locked up long-term in Elias Peterson and Quinn Hughes. I think Travis Green wants to get this team focused. They arguably have an edge in goal with Thatcher Demko over whomever they play. So I'm going to take Vancouver plus 168 at the Oilers. And last but not least, the Jets at the Ducks. The Jets are minus 138. The Ducks are plus 118 over under 5.5. Overs minus 105, unders minus 115. Jets minus 1.5 is plus 164. Ducks plus 1.5 is minus 200. I'm going to go with the under in this one. I think this is a good goalie matchup. Connor Hellebuck and John Gibson. Neither team's defense is all that special, although both teams have some blue chippers on that end. But I think that this is a goalie, low-scoring game, so give me the under minus 115, 5.5. All right, now I'm going to recap last night's college football game, as there's only one game on the docket last night, as Louisiana defeats Appalachian State 41-13. I knew, guys. I just didn't think it would be this big of a margin. Louisiana is 5-0, App State's 4-2. Levi Lewis, 15-25, 209 yards, a touchdown, the pick. And Chase Bryce, 15-26, 133 yards, and 2 interceptions. No college football tonight. There's 2 games on Thursday, which we'll preview and predict on the show tomorrow. All right, WNBA Finals. Game 2 tonight between the Mercury and the Sky. The Sky, as we know, are the Cinderella that was 500 in the regular season that are here. The Mercury, hot at the right time, big second half, big postseason. They are a 3.5 point favorite over the Sky. Totals 168.5, minus 110 each way. Mercury on the money lines minus 176, and the Chicago Sky are plus 142. I like the number under 4. They're home. They have probably the best 2 players on the court in Diana Taurasi and Brittany Griner. So I'm going to lay the 3.5 with the Mercury at home over the Chicago Sky. I don't think I even made a pick for this series. I think I said the Mercury in 4 if I didn't make a pick for the series. So I'm going to lay the points with the Mercury for tonight. All right. Now I'm going to do my NBA shooting guard rankings. As I'm going to rank the shooting guards that are in each team's top 3/top 2 of their depth charts. All right. 87, Vit Krejci, Thunder. 86, Broderick Thomas, Cavaliers. 85, Leonardo Bolmaro, Timberwolves. 84, Max Strus, Heat. 83, Joel Ayayi, Lakers. 82, Jamias Ramsey, Kings. 81, Deshaun Highland, Nuggets. 80, Josh Christopher, Rockets. 79, CJ Ellaby, Trailblazers. 78, Scotty Lewis, Hornets. 77, Jay Scrubs, Clippers. 76, Cassius Stanley, Pistons. 75, Ayu Dosunmu, Bulls. 74, John Conchar, Grizzlies. 73, Jalen Noel, Timberwolves. 72, Chris Dunn, Grizzlies. 71, Romeo Langford, Celtics. 70, Trey Mann, Thunder. 69, Cameron Thomas, Nets. 68, Quentin Grimes, Knicks. 67, Josh Primo, Spurs. 66, Trey Murphy, Pelicans. 65, Chris Duarte, Pacers. 64, James Bouknight, Hornets. 63, Josh Jackson, Pistons. 62, Josh Green, Mavericks. 61, Terrence Davis, Kings. 60, Dwayne Bacon, Knicks. 59, Lou Williams, Hawks. 58, Peyton Pritchard, Celtics. 57, DeAndre Bembry, Nets. 56, Garrett Temple, Pelicans. 55, RJ Hampton, Magic. 54, Mie Oni, Jazz. 53, Sviatoslav Mihailuk, Raptors. 52, Damon Lee, Warriors. 51, Jordan Poole, Warriors. 50, Grayson Allen, Bucks. 49, Kobe White, Bulls. 48, Josh Richardson, Celtics. 47, Austin Rivers, Nuggets. 46, Luke Kennard, Clippers. 45, Malik Monk, Lakers. 44, Etuan Moore, Magic. 43, Furkan Korkmaz, 76ers. 42, C.D. Osman, Cavaliers. 41, Wayne Ellington, Lakers. 40, Pat Connaughton, Bucks. 39, Ben McLemore, Trailblazers. 38, Jeremy Lamb, Pacers. 37, Reggie Bullock, Mavericks. 36, Eric Gordon, Rockets. 35, Eric Bledsoe, Clippers. 34, Lonnie Walker IV, Spurs. 33, Tyrese Maxey, 76ers. 32, Nikhil Alexander-Walker, Pelicans. 31, DeAnthony Melton, Grizzlies. 30, Tyler Herro, Heat. 29, Dante DiVincenzo, Bucks. 28, Malik Beasley, Timberwolves. 27, Landry Shamet, Suns. 26, Kevin Huerter, Hawks. 25, Kentavious Caldwell-Pope, Wizards. 24, Jalen Suggs, Magic. 23, Jalen Green, Rockets. 22, Cade Cunningham, Pistons. 21, Derek White, Spurs. 20, Gary Trent Jr., Raptors. 19, Tim Hardaway Jr., Mavericks. 18, Terry Rozier, Hornets. 17, Seth Curry, 76ers. 16, Joe Ingles, Jazz. 15, Tyrese Halliburton, Kings. 14, Duncan Robinson, Heat. 13, R.J. Barrett, Knicks. 12, Will Barton, Nuggets. 11, Bogdan Bogdanovic, Hawks. 10, Karis LeVert, Pacers. 9, Colin Sexton, Cavaliers. 8, C.J. McCollum, Trailblazers. 7, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, Thunder. 6, Zach LaVine, Bulls. 5, Klay Thompson, Warriors. 4, Donovan Mitchell, Jazz. 3, Devin Booker, Suns. 2, Bradley Beal, Wizards. And number 1, come on, James Harden, Brooklyn Nets. James Harden's still number 1 shooting guard for me until proven otherwise. He got over his issues with the Rockets, and the Nets thing has worked out nice. Him and Kevin Durant together really helped the Nets last year. And if he didn't get hurt, maybe the same could be said about Kyrie as well. If him and Kyrie didn't get hurt last year, maybe they're trying for a repeat right now. So, and then Beal, I love Bradley Beal. He's a great all-around player. I mean, people would argue Booker over Beal because Booker's team made the finals. But it was a close call. And Booker is still improving his game all around. Donovan Mitchell is somebody that just gets better by the year. Klay Thompson, in a normal year, would probably be number 2, but he's coming off the injury, so I just bumped him to 5. Zach LaVine improved last year, but he still isn't very good at defense. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander is a player on the come. CJ McCollum is a good Robin to Lillard's Batman. Colin Sexton's a player that's improving. Karis LeVert is someone that I always have high hopes for. He tends to get hurt every year. And then the ones on the fence, Bogdanovich, good 3-and-D player for the Hawks. They were a better team when he was healthy. Will Barton, a very solid player for the Nuggets. R.J. Barrett's on the come. If I do this list in a year from now, R.J. Barrett's probably in the top 10. I think he's arrows pointing up. And Duncan Robinson, to me, is a really good three-point shooter. But he's got to live up to that contract. And Tyrese Halliburton, I think, was a little overhyped after his rookie season. And I think that could be like a sophomore slump candidate right there. All right, so there you have it for my 2021 NBA preseason edition of my shooting guard rankings. And now I'm going to do news and notes for today. The big story from yesterday was that more stuff with the John Gruden, really. What I thought was a huge deal was that the Buccaneers removed Gruden from their Ring of Honor as they come out and say his actions go against our core values as an organization. So that's ballsy by the Bucs. Coach that won them a Super Bowl, the one before this recent one, and they remove him from the Ring of Honor. So I think, like I said, is a ballsy move because of how much that first Super Bowl meant to the Buccaneers. A couple ex-NFL offensive linemen speak out on Gruden, and one that sticks out is a former offensive lineman, Ryan O'Callaghan, who came out as gay after his NFL career, as he made a statement on John Gruden. Obviously, a big deal in the White Sox-Astros series was that the White Sox are accusing the Astros of cheating again. As Carlos Correa came out and said that Tepera had disrespectful words with no facts. So Kyle Kuzma has been pumping up Raptors rookie Scotty Barnes. As Kuzma says, he has a certain passion for the game. That's high praise coming from Kyle Kuzma. But the big story of yesterday in the NBA, this is probably a bigger deal than more of the Gruden fallout, is that the Nets announced that Kyrie won't play with them. As they announced that Irving will not play or practice with the team until he's eligible as a full participant, which is a ballsy move by the Nets. And now there's a lot of talk about a possible Kyrie Ben Simmons trade, as the Sixers have no interest in Irving at the moment amid buzz around the potential deal. The NBA is considering a Las Vegas team, as Adam Silver revealed that Vegas will no doubt be a possible destination when the league considers expansion. I think Vegas and Seattle should be the two spots. I know that's copycatting the NHL, but I think it would be great if the NBA went to those two cities as well, especially Seattle, because they obviously had a team, the Sonics, but now there's obviously the Oklahoma City Thunder, but I'd love to see Seattle get another team as well. Dwayne Wade's son is joining the G League, as Zaire Wade will sign a contract with the Salt Lake City Stars, the Jazz's G League affiliate. Well, that makes sense because Wade's in the ownership group with the Jazz now. Dylan Brooks out 2 to 3 weeks after suffering a fracture in his left hand. That's a big loss for the Grizzlies. He really has been a great player for them. Talen Horton-Tucker out for a month, repairing a ligament in his right thumb, so that's unfortunate for the Lakers from a depth standpoint. Breaking hockey news coming down right now is that the Predators and Matthias Ekholm getting an extension done. 4 years, 6.35 average, which turns out to be 4 years, $25.4 million. So that's a huge deal for the Predators. So that's really good that they got that done. Another hockey extension that was done yesterday after we were done recording the show. Nick Suzuki, 8 years, $63 million. That's crazy. It is crazy money that what's being thrown out now in hockey. So that's because the talent's getting better. So that's really good for Nick Suzuki to lock him up long term. Unfortunate news for the Avalanche is that Nathan MacKinnon tests positive for COVID-19 and will miss the opener tonight against the Blackhawks. That's unfortunate. Maybe I should have considered the under in that game. Maybe I should have considered the Blackhawks in that game. That'd be something. Tua Tagovailoa returns to practice as the Dolphins designate him to come off the injury reserve. Meanwhile, going on the injury reserve is Clyde Edwards-Helaire, as he'll miss at least the next 3 weeks due to a knee injury. I think they should be fine without him. But who won't be fine is the Detroit Lions, who are 0-5 and just lost one of their offensive linemen, Frank Ragnow, as he's getting toe surgery and he's out for the season. So that's a huge blow for the Lions. Ragnow is a good player on that line. So they have 3 good linemen, and they lose one of them. And with Clyde Edwards-Helaire being hurt, the Chiefs are looking into a Marlon Mack trade. That'd be a good match. And they can even split time with the Chiefs. So, I won't be shocked if they pull that one off. And Elliot Friedman made a mistake with the Matthias Ekholm deal. 4 years, $25 million. So which is he's going to be making $4.25 million per year. The Seahawks cut Trey Flowers after he requested to be released. So we'll see where he ends up. And then a coaching hire in the WNBA is the Dream hired Tanisha Wright as their coach, former Aces assistant under Bill Laimbeer and former WNBA champion. So we'll see how that plays out. Now we'll recap last night's episode of Dancing with the Stars, Disney Villains Night, and then they voted somebody off. And Jimmy and Emma went first. Did a jazz number, The Bad Guy by Billie Eilish, inspired by Peter Pan. They got a 35. Cody and Cheryl did a Vanette's Waltz to Gaston from Beauty and the Beast by Jesse Cordy and Richard White. Guy got a 31. Melanie and Gleb did a Vanette's Waltz to Once Upon a Dream by Lana Del Rey from Maleficent and got a 35. JoJo and Jenna did a Paso Doble to Ways to Be Wicked from Descendants 2. And they got a 35. Kenya and Brandon did a Vanette's Waltz to Dangerous Woman by Ariana Grande from inspired by Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. They got a 30. Amon and Daniela did an Argentine tango to Arabian Nights by Bruce Alder from Aladdin and got a 33. Melora and Artem did a jazz number to Mother's Knows Best from Tangled by Melora Hardin, got a 37. The Miz and Whitney did the song that I was most interested in somebody would performing, an Argentine tango to Be Prepared from The Lion King by Chiwetel Ejiofor and got a 34. Brian and Sharda did a Paso Doble to He's a Pirate by Klaus Baudet and Hans Zimmer from The Pirates of the Caribbean and got a 27. Matt and Lindsay did a Paso Doble to Jungle by Ex-Ambassadors and Jamie N. Commons, inspired by The Jungle Book and got a 31. Olivia and Val did a jazz number to Remember Me by Benjamin Bratt from Coco and got a 35. Suni and Sasha did a Vanette's Waltz to I Put a Spell on You by Annie Lennox from Hocus Pocus and got a 35. And Amanda and Alan did a Paso Doble to Call Me Corella by Florence and the Machine from Corella and got a 36. The bottom three were Matt and Lindsay, Brian and Sharma, and Kenya and Brandon. They eliminated 2, believe it or not. 2. Double elimination. And unfortunately, the ones to go home were Brian and Sharma and Matt and Lindsay. And Brian and Sharma got eliminated immediately. And then Matt and Lindsay got eliminated next. And then Kenya and Brandon survive. So judges vote to save. Tony Oli voted Matt and Lindsay to stay. Huff, Kenya and Brandon, and Wnba, Matt and Lindsay. Although Goodman saved Kenya and Brandon, and since the other judges were not unanimous, and Lenz, the head judge, made the final decision to save Kenya and Brandon. So Matt and Lindsay go home. That's unfortunate. And Brian and Sharma, I did not think did that great of a performance. Although I thought The Miz and Whitney should have gotten a better score because maybe it's me with a little bias here, but that song is just perfect for The Miz. Just like I thought Aladdin, Friend Like Me, is perfect for them on Monday night. That's just a great pairing, too. Alrighty, now I'll move on to the Masked Singer for tonight. This should be a fun show. Obviously, Group A went last week. And this week, we'll see Group B. And we get a new wild card. Apparently the big wild card is some funky, fluffy, yellow and pink animal. It looks like a caterpillar to me. I guess that's what it is. We'll see. But episode 3, 2 weeks ago, was the last time we saw Group B. We had Queen of Hearts, who was phenomenal, and performed Born This Way by Lady Gaga. And I think somebody guessed her for Queen of Hearts, too, which would be hilarious, but it's not Lady Gaga. There's a hint about a castle, a grandfather clock, Wizard of Oz, household, BFF photo was like the theme of that week. I think that this could very well be Christina Aguilera, because I think her falsetto sounded a lot like hers. Nicole Scherzinger went with Britney Spears. Jenny McCarthy said a bunch of people. She threw out Carrie Underwood, Kelly Pickler, Fergie, Faith Hill. Ken Jeong said Renee Zellweger. And then went to Mallard. There's a wagon. Talked about having a platinum album. There's a trombone in there, a quarter, a cowboy boot, deer, a Chris Brad pitcher. And this person performed Save a Horse, Ride a Cowboy by Big and Rich. A lot of people are thinking country. Doesn't mean it's a country singer if he's singing country. Robin said Alan Jackson or Garth Brooks. Ken Jeong said Billy Ray Cyrus. Then came out the cupcake. There's a jukebox, some whiskey, heart pancakes, go get 'em girl note. And this person performed Heart Wave. Jenny and Robin both threw out RuPaul. Nicole Scherzinger said Roberta Flack and Leslie Jones. Ken Jeong threw out Tina Turner. Dalmatian was the one who went home last week. There was a yellow frisbee, yellow and red balls, a top dog trophy. There's a screen picture paint, and this person performed Beautiful by Snoop Dogg. Robin thought Nelly. Ken Jeong said Reggie Bush. Jenny threw out a couple. Kevin Hart, Damian Lillard, Cat Williams. And last was Banana Split. So this is the double of the season. There's a medal, an amusement park, a small town, a kilometer. They performed A Million Dreams by Pink. And they said they don't work together all the time. Jenny McCarthy said Catherine McPhee and David Foster. Robin thought Faith Hill and Keith McGraw. Nicole threw out Emma Stone and Ryan Gosling. Dalmatian, like I said, went home. I thought it was Patrick Mahomes. Robin Thicke thought it was Nelly. Nicole thought Nelly, although her first impression was one of the Lils. Jenny McCarthy's first impression was Steve Harvey. Her final was Kevin Hart. And Ken Jeong stuck with his Reggie Bush, and it was Tyga. So if I had to make a prediction of who goes home tonight, this is a hard one, and there's a wild card coming too. Because all of them are good. I'm going to say that if the wild card is decent or phenomenal. If it's phenomenal, then the Mallard's going home. But if the wild card is okay, then I think the wild card might go home. My prediction, I have a prediction. Let's go. I think the wild card gets eliminated and one of the judges is so confident about who it is. And let's say that it's the first time all season they use the take it off buzzer. And I'm going to say that Ken Jeong is the one that presses it, but I don't know who on earth will be under the mask. So that's my prediction for tonight. The wild card gets unmasked because, not because they're good or whatnot. I'm going to predict that the wild card's okay or decent. And Ken Jung presses the take it off buzzer and they have to take it off. And that'll be the end of the show. And it's going to be a lot of sus commercials throughout the show, which will lead you up to the moment. Alrighty. Last but not least, my best bet of the day. Brought to you by FanDuel. Between just hockey, really, and the WNBA too. So, for my best bet of the day, I'm going to lay it with the Mercury. They're home. I'm going to lay 2 units on the Mercury. I think they bounce back and win. So, give me the Mercury -3.5 against the Sky for my best bet of the day. All right, so there you have it for the show. I'll be back tomorrow recapping WNBA Game 2. NHL, we'll look at the Dodgers-Giants Game 5. Thursday Night Football between the Bucks and the Eagles. College football's on too. We'll talk golf. News and notes. We'll recap Masked Singer. And I'll have my best bet for you as well. Hope you guys have a great day, everyone.